Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eddie, as known as Mottaskin, where I cover basically all things beauty, Korean skincare, and sometimes some mental health. So welcome back, or welcome, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that I think I need to talk more about because I only mention things I like, and I think it's time to mention things I do not like. Now, this isn't to bash on any brands or just make fun of a brand or just to be mean. This is gonna be things I really didn't like and that I had expectations for, but just they didn't pass my bar, and certain things that I believe some other people might not like, but these are also products that some people really love and they just didn't work for me. And remember, when it comes to skincare is so personal. So again, I'm not bashing any brands or any products. I'm just giving my honest opinion. So let's go. Okay, so the first product I want to talk about is a really famous one, a really affordable one, and a very accessible one. So that's why it makes me really sad to say I did not like this, but it is the Ordinary Azelaic Acid Suspension. This product, honestly, y'all, I had such high hopes for it because it is 10% azelaic acid. It's $7.90 USD. It comes in a pretty good amount, 30 milliliters, lasts for 12 months, and it's in a 2 packaging. So you just do that and put it on your skin. But honestly, I've tried a couple azelaic acid products, some with low percentage, some higher percentage, and some exactly at 10%. And I have to say, even though they are more expensive, especially in comparison to this guy just, even though it applied like a nice cream, the scent of azelaic acid would not go away. While the other formulations, while they still had that azelaic acid kind of pungent smell, kind of like intense, grainy almost, it went away after like seconds. This one just lingered on the skin. I could still smell it. And additionally, some azelaic acid products, they do sting upon application, or not sting, just kind of like itch, you know, it's doing its thing. It's brightening, it's exfoliating, but they go away after a minute or so. This one, maybe like 20 minutes into my skincare routine, I would feel it around that part of my nose where it is sensitive, where there's not many oil glands, and it was like, ow, I don't like this, and it just wasn't the prettiest experience. And so I found myself not wanting to apply this in the mornings or even at night, but I will say I did start using it as a spot treatment, so just tapping it on places that are red or inflamed or any blemishes, and that I found it was much better, especially after a moisturizer, because it mitigated those effects and it didn't end up traveling to any places around my nose or mouth or eye area where I was feeling that sensitization. But a lot of people love this because it's affordable, it works, like it does, you know, keep down the inflammation whenever I do use it, but just it wasn't something I felt like reaching for. So other alternatives that I do like are the azelaic acid from Paula's Choice. That one is chef's kiss, even though it's fairly pricier at $36, and I'm currently using the Faded by Topicals that has azelaic acid in it as well, and I also have azelaic acid in my apostrophe tretinoin medication, link in the bio and description box if you want to look into an online dermatology brand, and that has 15% azelaic acid. So I have all these other ways of getting that ingredient in ways that I actually enjoy using, so this was just one that didn't really wow me. Okay, next up, this is a sunscreen that basically went viral in 2021 for its affordability, its accessibility, and the fact that it was very moisturizing but didn't really bother people's eyes, and that is the Bondi Sands Daily Moisturizing SPF 50 sunscreen. Now, a lot of people love this. This went viral on TikTok. It was all over Instagram. So many people that are known, like Susan Yara, and I believe even Glow by Ramon, spoke about this sunscreen because it is a fun sunscreen, moisturizing, affordable, SPF 50. I believe it also has some cool extracts such as aloe vera and vitamin E, and you could get it on Amazon. It even sold out in a lot of places. I was trying to find this to review. Some people asked me to review it on my channels, and I could never find it. And I finally got my hands on it because someone posted on Instagram it was on sale. And I tried it as a real or first impressions on my Instagram. And throughout the day, I was like, okay, cool. It applied nicely. It was very creamy. All right. But honestly, it started stinging the crap out of my eyes after maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But when first applied, it was nice and creamy. And I thought, wow, doesn't sting my eyes currently. It is so creamy and moisturizing. Left me with almost past dewy, but not greasy. Just like very moisturized kind of face. And so I was excited, but unfortunately it started stinging my eyes. So as I said, this is not bashing it. I'm just saying that it did not work for me, and I'm assuming there are other individuals out there who are going, man, this didn't work for me either. But the hype was real on this guy because it was all over the internets because of its affordability and how nice it is in the moisturizing vehicle, friendly, has a lot of hydration, suitable for sensitive skin. And it's Australian made. I mean, Australia made sunscreen, beautiful. But when it comes to sensitive skin and those claims, it was good on my skin. It was very hydrating, and it was affordable and fragrance free. Didn't smell like anything, but basically it just bothered my eyes. So I wanted to love this, but I did not love it. So currently I'm just using this for my neck or for a hand sunscreen. And hey, it's pretty affordable for that. So yeah. Okay, so the next one up is a sunscreen. Well, the last one was a sunscreen too, right? Okay, now this was a sunscreen I was really excited for, and actually the jury is still out on this one because I tried it over heavy skincare and it got really patchy and weird. So I'm actually going to try it with minimal skincare on another day. But maybe some people will agree with me, and you know, if you want to see an update, definitely check out my Instagrams because that's where I will make, you know, more quick updates and just, you know, checking stuff out throughout the week. And that is the Kinship right here. Let's let it focus. Self-Reflect sunscreen. Now, a lot of people love this sunscreen because it is just so dewy and is supposed to have probiotics, SPF 32, in a zinc oxide format and leave no white cast. And it is non-nano. So I was really excited because so many other content creators talk about this one and it's their holy grail. And so I really wanted to try it because it was on $13 sale opposed to, I believe, $30 on Ulta's website for a sale they had. And this seemed so nice. People said it smelled really nice. And so basically I tried it over just my regular skincare day, you know, toner, essence, 2 serums, eye cream, moisturizer, and I mist throughout, so I get that really dewy complexion. And I put this on, and at first I thought, okay, cool, it's not really white casty, let me just blend this in. But then I started looking up close, and I noticed it got kind of like patchy around my skin, and it just looked weird. It felt almost filmy, and some people actually agreed with me. They were saying, oh, I had the same, if not a worse experience, because they said they got it for the same reason. It was well loved, it was at an Ulta, it was on sale, and they wanted a dewy finish. And they also agreed that it felt heavy, it felt like it was on their skin and never sank in, it felt like it got patchy and peeled as well. And I will say, looking at the ingredient list, it looks lovely. It has a lot of loving oils, a lot of hydrating oils, and so I was excited about it but also weary because of those oils. And sometimes when a skincare product is formulated at a certain percentage of oils to water ratio, it can get weird. And so that kind of makes sense with the ingredient list here. So I'm going to try it with minimal skincare, so there's not a lot going on my skin while I put this on. But I will say putting it on was beautiful. It just felt so dewy and hydrating and just left my skin beautiful. People who follow my stories will probably see or have seen me, you know, throughout the day testing this out on the first day. And they will agree. I was actually really excited about it. I was wowed by the moisture in my skin and how it made my skin look. Now this is slightly tinted, but not enough to do anything in terms of skin correction. Okay, that fell. I'm always dropping stuff. But as you see here, you know, you blend it out. And once you blend it out, it gives you a really nice, dewy finish. So here it is after it's been on my skin compared to this hand. And people always said the smell was really nice. Now I see a subtle smell, but not enough for me to warrant this smell is really good, honestly. So this was rather disappointed. Did I absolutely hate it? Well, not necessarily, because like I said, it left me with that moisturized dewy look I love, but just it didn't look well, it got all patchy, and it was just weird. So I will try this again and update you guys through my Instagrams, and maybe on my next YouTube channel I will have that new information up in my noggin. But yeah, this one was one that really didn't impress me. Now, this next product really pains me because it is literally infamous. And people love it. I loved it at a certain point, but there's a reason this product has been in and out of my life. Because if it was really truly amazing, at least for me, it would have stayed. But because it isn't, it kept leaving my routine. And I'm going to tell you why, but let me introduce the product. It is the Neogen Real Fresh Foam Green Tea Cleanser. So if you got into K-Beauty, you know this cleanser. It is infamous. And basically because it has real green tea leaves at the bottom, meaning it's constantly fermenting in here. It is real green tea. And look at this. If you're a green tea lover, you'll love this. Just look at it. It is green. It looks like green tea, like brewed green tea, and it has green tea leaves at the bottom. This is the very apex of a K-Beauty lover's cleanser and someone who just loves green tea. So basically here is why. I wanted to love it because it is green tea, like I said. But the thing is, it has an exceptional extract ingredient list. Like, exceptionally huge. It's got like maybe 50 extracts in here, and every extract you could want. Blueberry, it's got gluconolactone, green tea, mugwort, licorice, rice, everything you can imagine from a K-Beauty ingredient list in a bottle. And I believe that is one of the reasons why it actually burns my skin. So when I first put this on, it comes out really foamy. You put it on and you're like, ooh, okay, foamy, smells like green tea. This has to be gentle. It is a soothing bio cleanser, and it's green tea. It has to be soothing. But then I started noticing kind of like an itching around my nose and around my orbital bone, two places that are rather sensitive on the skin and have less oil glands and less pores. And so I was putting this on going, okay, alright, maybe, what is it? And I realized it might be the papaya fruit water in here, which is naturally exfoliating. And since I'm already using exfoliants and I'm using tretinoin, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I'm just sensitized. But I've even used this on days where my skin barrier is just like on tip-top shape, and it still stings around those areas. But additionally, after I wash it off and I dry off and go into the room and I'm about to put my toner, it is actually still kind of giving me this weird irritation around my face, the whole face. So I was like, no, this is still affecting my skin post-cleanse. And it's not because it's strong, it's not because, you know, it's extremely exfoliating or was a peel. It's probably because the ingredient list just does not agree with my skin. And ever since I first started using this, when I first got into my skincare routine journey, it's always kind of done that, but I've always wanted to really love it because it is just so unique and wonderful and just a green tea lover's dream. So basically, if you're looking for a green tea cleanser that does it all, definitely look into Neogen. I just wish my skin would have agreed with it and just loved it. But I bet you a lot of people have the same experience, but it's not really talked about because it's such an infamous product. Like, it's so innovative. And actually, fun fact, they just released a real fresh green tea oil cleanser that I'm actually loving, and it's not overpacked just like this one. It's fairly simpler with a lot of green tea in it, but also some other oils to break down your sunscreen and your makeup and any powder and pollution on your face. But basically, I wanted to love this one, but I couldn't. So if this one agrees with your skin, you are lucky because this is beautiful. Okay, now the last product on the list. Now this is another cleanser that is basically a type of cleanser I absolutely adore. I just love it because of what it does in the sense of how it's created. And that's basically an enzyme wash, and that is the Isntree Spot Saver Mugwort Powder Wash. And this one, look at it, it's so cool, and it comes in these individual packets. Actually, there's some other cleansers in there. But they come like this, and you can use one or you can use half of it. So maybe one of these could last a whole day. So half of it could be used in the morning for a morning wash, and then in the evening for your double cleanse. But also, you can just use this whole thing and get a really creamy, foamy wash that's also exfoliating through the enzymes in here. So basically what these cleansers are made up of is papain, which is a papaya extract, which is what makes kind of like that peeling, that exfoliation with the powder. And then it also has the mugwort powder, of course. That's their whole selling, Spot Saver mugwort powder. And they have sea salt in here. Usually these enzyme cleansers are supposed to be extremely gentle and fluffy and foamy on the skin and just cleanse your skin, but exfoliate it and leave it so smooth without being extremely harsh. They're like magical. You can use them if you're a sensitive skin type and don't really want to use 2% BHA or a high glycolic acid peel. These are just wonderful to keep your skin smooth, exfoliated, just gently every single day. Now, that's what I thought these were going to be. And with mugwort, but I drop everything, don't I? With mugwort, I thought it was going to be really gentle. And no, actually, it was just really harsh. And I believe it's the dead sea salt in here, because every enzyme cleanser I've used is wonderful and works really well for my skin. Thing is, I use other exfoliants, so sometimes I don't use them, but I think I'm going to start using them more often because they just leave my skin beautiful. And it's just so disappointing because I love enzyme powder washes, and this being a Spot Saver mugwort powder wash that claims to calm irritated skin, it was like this is supposed to be a really gentle foamy cleanser and ended up really irritating my skin. And I used it on different occasions. I used it obviously the first time and it really irritated me. So when I applied it, it was just an initial stinging sensation, and after I cleansed it off, I still felt this irritation on my skin, like a stinging, prickling all over my face, and it was not fun. And I'm pretty sure it's the dead sea salt in here. The sea salt might just be too, I don't know what the sea salt would be doing, just too astringent perhaps, and it just felt like too much for my skin while being on retinoids and all that. And even when my skin wasn't on retinoids or anything, I use it as a morning wash when I woke up really moisturized, and it still irritated my skin. So with that being said, this one really disappointed me in that sense. They did just re-release this where it's not in these powder packets, but instead it's in a standalone container. So I ordered it actually, and we're gonna see if it's different, and I'll probably do a reel, or maybe I'll talk about it on my YouTube. Let me know down in the comments below what would you prefer. But basically this was super disappointing because I love Isntree, I love mugwort, I love enzyme powder washes, and this packaging is just too freaking adorable to pass out on. So that's the cleanser that disappointed me. And there we go, that's the end of my video of the products that just really disappointed me and made me go, "Wah, this sucks." I really wanted to love them. We all have those products. Not everything is going to work for every single person. So that's why skincare is so much trial and error. Like, people message me asking me, "What's the best this? What's the best this? What do you recommend?" And I recommend them, but I also say, look, I recommend this because it's somewhat what you're looking for, but just know I've done that too, where I tried what someone recommended me based off what I wanted and what they liked, but it ended up being something I didn't like, or you know, something that just didn't agree with me, and so I was disappointed. And so it's not their fault. They really loved it, they recommended it, but sometimes people's holy grail might just be meh, or might even be irritating for you, another person. So always take a grain of salt of any recommendation or any, you know, like this anti-recommendation. So yeah, so I hope you guys like that and enjoy this video. Please remember to like it, subscribe, and just leave a comment. I love to get to know people. I love every time you guys comment. I always love to have a conversation. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Alright.